Follow live coverage of the International CES, January 6th through 11th on diradiocast.com. Get connected to the world of technology from your mobile device, laptop, or desktop computer. diradiocast.com keeps you abreast on disruptive innovations and technology that will change the world. Follow diradiocast.com. 2013 International CES coverage live January 6th through 11th.
Hi, my name is Mike DiNucci with ChargePoint and the ChargePoint network. ChargePoint is the largest network of EV charging stations in the world. We have almost 10,000 charging stations in the ground in North America. And the real sort of secret about ChargePoint, what makes us different, is that our stations and our network allow drivers and station owners to interact and provide intelligence regarding not just the station's usage, but the driver will get a text message when their battery is full. The station owner can set up pricing policies. They can restrict access to certain groups of people, such as just their employees or tenants and residents of their building. You can also restrict the visibility of the stations on the map, and also get reports, usage reports, energy usage, and sustainability reports, in addition to everything else that the stations are telling drivers, the station owners, and everything else.
Now, you said EV. What is EV?
EVs are electric vehicles, plug-in vehicles. So the station that you see right here next to me is our ChargePoint CT 2021. I have a ChargePoint key fob right here that a driver would have on their keychain, but you could also use a Visa card, a credit card, as long as it has this RFID logo. That tells you that it has a chip inside the card. There is one inside our ChargePoint RFID fob right here, and so I'm going to go ahead and activate a charging session. This card can be stored with funds, almost like a Starbucks card or a stored value card. So a Fast Pass or something, you'd put $25 on it with your Visa card, and that would allow you to pay for charging sessions as you charge out in the public. This is our ChargePoint connector. All electric cars use the exact connector. This standard right here was agreed upon by all the car companies. It's an industry standard 220 volt connector, and it will charge most EVs in a couple of hours.
A couple of hours?
Right. So think about it. Right now we're all used to the idea of a pump model, where you pump, refuel while you wait. This is a park model. Your car is like a cat. It sleeps 20 hours a day, right? Even if you drive a lot, 3-4 hours a day, you still have 18, 20, 22 hours a day where your car is parked doing nothing. So with a charging station, either in your home or at where you park for work or where you shop, where you dine, your car is recharging while your car is idle.
So then what is the price point of the charging if I'm at the pump 20 hours?
Well, you're not charging for 20 hours. You're charging for a couple of hours, and it's whatever they want it to be. So I'll give you an example. A large retailer might say, we don't want to charge anything. We're going to give the electricity away for free, because that would cause the customer to want to stay longer. And if the customer stays longer, chances are they'll add some things to their shopping cart that weren't on their list.
So if you have the EV at, say, a Kroger where you get gas points.
Or a Walmart or a Target.
Exactly.
Or a Best Buy or a Safeway. The idea is it would lengthen your shopping trip. And I'll give you one example of that. A large national retailer told us that they know a lot of things about what their customers do and how they act inside their store. The first thing is that they spend $1 a minute inside the store, and the second thing is that the average customer stays for 22 minutes in one shopping trip. But by putting in charging stations, they were able to lengthen the average shopping trip to 1 hour and 20 minutes, keep them in the store for an extra hour. So instead of them spending 20 minutes and $20, they're spending 80 minutes and $80. So that retailer decided, we don't want to charge anything for our electricity. It's going to be a courtesy or an amenity to our valued customers. Other corporations provide this as an amenity to their employees. Google and eBay, Adobe and Symantec, they put these charging stations in for their employees. Some of them charge a fee to their employees for the use of the electricity. Others give it away as a courtesy at no cost. And it really is up to the company themselves to decide, is this something we want to charge for, or do we want to give it away for free?
Okay, now tell us a little bit about the maps and the network, because you mentioned the word network, and I want to know a little bit about that.
Certainly. So the idea of recharging a car is not a complicated one. Putting a charging station or even an outlet in your parking lot accomplishes the basic task of providing electric fuel for drivers, but it doesn't accomplish anything beyond that. The ChargePoint network allows you to take it to the next level. So in other words, our stations, all of them, are networked. They have modems and wireless antennas inside the stations so that drivers can communicate with the station communicate with the drivers, as well as communicating with the host or the landowner to be able to get reports, post messages on the screen, happy holidays, something like that. All of those things would not be possible if the stations were not networked the way that they are. So for example, what you see on the map right here is a scatter plot of where our charging stations are in the United States or in North America. We have almost 10,000 stations in the ground. Actually, I think we have more than 10,000 charging ports in the ground in North America right now. And as a driver, if you were looking for a station close by your location, let's say it was in San Francisco, you would be able to, on your mobile app, start drilling down into a particular area. Here's downtown San Francisco. And as you get closer, you see that there's a number of charging points or pins on the map. If it's green, that means the station is available right now. If it's blue, it means it's in use. By selecting any one of these pins and clicking on it, it will tell you the location and address, whether or not the station is free, and what the status is currently of any of the charging ports. If you want to find an available charging station, you would click a green pin. So the San Francisco Opera House, for example, the port is available. The cost is 0.67 or 67 cents per kilowatt hour, and that's a choice that they can choose. If we select one of these other stations right here, you see that the station price is free. So that's a choice that the station owner makes, and as a driver, you can make your decision about where you're going to point your car by where the charging station is closest to you and finding one that is available. All of that is using our network. Without the network, you wouldn't be able to do any of those things.
Now, what if someone wanted to invest in a charging station for their company or small business?
Did you say invest?
Yes.
So you certainly can do that. There are some companies out there that are looking at these stations almost like a vending machine. Buying the station, paying to install it on somebody else's property, and then keeping the money. That certainly is an option. If you think about it, it's a pretty high-tech vending machine. What is it vending? It's not vending Pepsi and Doritos, but rather electricity. And the great thing about it is you don't need to refill it because it's plugged into the utility grid. You don't need to empty it because there's no coins inside it. So there are a lot of companies out there that are looking to capitalize on the revolution of electric vehicles by installing these stations. But most companies and cities have said, with federal rebates available, tax credits, and public money, it's not very expensive to install them ourselves. Why give all that money away? I'm going to go ahead and keep it myself.
Okay. I still didn't hear the investment the investment answer. How, if they wanted to invest in it, what would be the price point to?
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. So the stations, a dual station like you see right here is approximately $6,000 plus installation. So if you're charging $2 or $3 a session and it's getting a few sessions a day or 1,000 sessions a year, and you're collecting $2 or $3 a session, well, then your return on that, in order the payback period, would probably be about 2 years.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you very much. Once again, let us know what your name is and the name of the company and how they can find out more information, as well as get the app if they have an EV car.
My name is Mike DiNucci with ChargePoint. Please come visit us on the web at www.chargepoint.com or download our mobile app on iTunes. Search for the word ChargePoint.
DIRadiocast.com Africa a lot, and we're live at the 2013 CES.